Hey everyone, it is Read Through the Word. It's April 20th. I'm Wendy Pope and I'm super excited about today. I know I say that a lot and I mean it every time I say it for sure. And even if I don't say it, I really am excited about our reading. Even the hard stuff. Y'all, we get the privilege. We get the privilege of hearing from God through His Word every single day. There are people around the world that don't even have a clue about the Bible. Then there are people around the world who heard about the Bible but don't have one. And we have them. And I'm just so excited about that. So it seems like it was yesterday, but it was really 15 to 20 years ago, 10 to 15 years ago, that David was anointed by king, to be king. Remember, it just like Samuel pouring the oil over his head, that whole exchange between God and Samuel going, is this the guy? Is this the guy? Is this the guy? And God said, no, it's not him. It's not him. And then finally, Jesse brings David out and David gets anointed. And then he did not rush to be king, right? What did he do? Do you remember? He went back and forth to the pasture and to the palace, to the pasture to serve his father and his family by taking care of the sheep, and to the palace to serve the guy sitting in a seat, King Saul. He's been in limbo, in this place of waiting for 10 to 15 years. And it's not just waiting, it is running and fighting and hiding and anxiety, all of the above. And we have this moment where the men of Judah come to David and anoint him king over the people of Judah. What? Yes. Sometimes our wait is fully over. The promise is fully fulfilled. And sometimes we land on almost, and that's where David is right now. Almost. He is still showing that he is cautiously proceeding to the promise that God has planned for him, and that is to be king. One commentary that I read as I was studying used this word, and oh my goodness, did I love it. So he knew God could fulfill it being the promise, without any manipulation from him. We are so tempted, aren't we, to help God? That, there's a lot going on in the world, God. I see current events happening in Israel, so I know your eye is on Israel. I'll take the lead on this just for a little bit. God doesn't need our help to fulfill his promise for our life. He doesn't. We think he does, or we think we want to kind of steer him in this lane and in this direction. But David has had his ups and downs, his moments, his ins and outs, but he's at the place where his promise is almost fulfilled. And often almost fulfilled comes before fully fulfilled with God's timetable. Because we might be ready for a piece of the plan, but not the whole plan. And in our waiting, it's our classroom, and he's teaching us and he's preparing us step by step by step to that place that he has planned, the promised and plan that he has put in place long before we were ever born. Read Ephesians 2:10. It is a good plan. But what I feel like the Lord wants us to hear today is this simple message, is that our lives should be lived in the same manner, whether our promise is fully or almost fulfilled. Our lives should be lived the same, and that is maintaining a right relationship with God. That means right relationship means staying in obedience and accordance with his will, which means we have to be having time with him every day. We can't know the will of our Father if we don't know the Father of our will, of his will, right? So we have to be in fellowship with him through prayer and through the reading of his word, and then also through obedience. And I've listed that. Those are the ways that we know God and we communicate with God, and he communicates with us. He communicates with us through obedience, through the word, and through prayer. We also need to continue to seek him. David says, where should I go? He asked the Lord, which town should I go to? Should I go there? Should I move to one of the towns of Judah? Which one? He's seeking the Lord. He's asking the Lord. But even then, he takes the steps cautiously. He proceeds with discernment. He didn't rush in and assume everybody wanted him to be king. He listened to God. And that, for me, is great comfort, to walk cautiously and discerning forward in the plan. Yes, it's comforting, but it's also confusing at times, because sometimes I'm like, well, I think I hear this. Is it me or is it God? Are y'all that way? Is it me or is it God? And the way that I discern that is, if it's me or if it's God, is I spend more time with God. I look at the pattern of faithfulness that God has had in my life, and I trace back where I've seen him work and move in my life and how he's moved in my life. Now, sometimes he throws a curveball and it's not in a pattern that I've seen before. But if it's not in a pattern I've seen before, he confirms it. Always confirms it. And I promise you, when you seek him, you will find him when you seek him with all of your heart. That's Jeremiah 11:13. No, excuse me, 29:13. 29:13. Sorry about that. You will find him when you seek him with all of your heart. He is there. He will lead you step by step. You guys know, I call it the Hansel and Gretel method of faith. It's little manna by little manna by little manna by little manna by little manna. Every single day, he feeds us and leads us through his word and through his spirit. Y'all have a great day and hang in there, because it's almost fulfilled.